Elevated offers on Marriott Bonvoy cards. The Chase Freedom Flex has announced Q2 spending categories to get the 5 times bonus points. And I've got a story today relating to keeping secrets within a family about finances and what happens when those secrets get out. Who's to blame? That and a lot more, including some free ice cream at the end of the show, which can't be a bad thing, right? Oh, and by the way, did I mention this? Southwest are going to be charging for bags. Yeah, a lot of changes coming up on this week's edition of the Weekly Pointers News Update. I'm Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm here to update you on everything related to credit cards, points, miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. The topics are on the screen. There's a timer down below and timestamps as well. Couldn't be any easier, right? If you do find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts. You'll also find my referral links down in the description as well. If you could use those whenever you're applying for a new credit card, that greatly helps support the channel. And thank you all for doing that so far. You know, we don't have a lot of different topics to cover today, but the ones we are covering are pretty darn significant. And I think we need to dig into these and see what's out there. Some big stories. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. First, let's start with the good news, all right? Marriott Bonvoy cards have elevated offers right now. And if you're a Marriott loyalist and you're looking at racking up a ton of points for a credit card sign up, you could do a lot worse than these offers. So first, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant has a 185,000 point offer after spending $6,000 within the first 6 months. The American Express Marriott Bonvoy Bevy card has a 155,000 bonus point offer after $5,000 spent in the first 6 months. And then finally, the Marriott Bonvoy Business Card has a welcome offer where you can earn 3 free night awards after you use your card to make $6,000 in purchases within the first 6 months. So you can see a lot of pretty significant offers here if you're interested in staying at a Marriott property maybe in the upcoming year and you need a bunch of points. Certainly grab this. I really like the business card. That's one that I renew every single year because it does have the free night award, and I like that. It's a really good deal, and this welcome offer is even better. So make sure you take a look at these, especially if you're a Marriott loyalist. Now, personally, I'm not a huge Marriott user. I prefer Hyatt, and then in second position, I usually go with Hilton, depending on the scenario. But Marriott, if you like it, it has a huge footprint all over the country, and this is a ton of points. Make sure you take a look at these offers. Now, the Chase Freedom Flex card is one I absolutely love. It's a no annual fee card, and every single quarter, Chase gives you spend categories where you can earn 5 times points up to $1,500 in spend in those particular categories. So you can see the points add up quite a bit, especially for a no annual fee card. Well, the Q2 categories have been announced. Let's dive in. So the Q2 purchases are going to be for Amazon and select streaming services. Again, this is going to go from April 1st to June 30th. Now, some people will want to take a look at this because on Amazon, you can get gift cards from third parties that can help contribute to that $1,500 in spend. So especially with streaming services, I feel like there's about 50 different streaming services out there, and it's getting to the point where streaming services are costing just as much as the package bundles that we used to pay for. Isn't it funny how everything comes full circle? I guess it's the circle of life, the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. Long story short, make sure you're using this card to pay for those streaming services because those points do add up, and 5 times points, why not go ahead and take advantage of that? So let me know if you plan on taking advantage of this offer, and make sure that you activate the offer within your app, because if you spend in these categories and you haven't activated the 5 times points on your app, it's not going to count. It's not going to work. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Activate the offers. Let me know if you plan on taking advantage of these. Now, Southwest Airlines is very well known for doing things a little bit more unconventional, right? They do things a little bit differently than regular airlines. Well, we've got a bit of bad news because it looks like for certain flyers, you're going to have to start paying for your bags on Southwest, and that's something you didn't have to do before. So let's start with the announcement from Southwest. Tickets purchased May 28th of 2025 and beyond will have to pay for checking a bag. So standard fares will not receive any free checked bags. Now, right now, we don't know how much they're gonna cost, but there's not going to be any free check bags for standard fares. A-list members and Southwest card holders will get 1 free check bag, and A-list preferred members will get 2 free check bags. And then finally, business select ticket purchases will automatically come with 2 free check bags. I hate to see this, absolutely hate to see this. This really puts a dagger into the Southwest brand. They're used to doing things differently, and heck, they used to run commercials off the fact that they didn't charge for bag fees, but now it looks like they're going to be like everybody else. I absolutely hate this. This is a big loss for the consumer. If you were willing to fly Southwest and do their boarding process and all the other quirks that they have, you were able to get free checked bags, but that's no longer the case. I'm interested to see what the cost is going to be. I'm sure they'll come out pretty soon, and we'll put that out on a future news update video. But I absolutely hate this news. Let me know if this is going to change your mind about flying Southwest, because I don't like it. You know, every week on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to share a story that relates to credit cards or points and miles, finance, money, and how that comes together with personal relationships. And today, I have a husband that has posted online a story about he and his wife. They had a little bit of an argument over keeping a family secret about money. Now, the wife talked about the situation and the secret with other family members, and the husband did not like this. So now the husband is asking if he is in the wrong for maybe going a little bit over the top in the argument with his wife after she kind of went against what he wanted to do. Long story short, we need to dive into the story. I'm gonna read it directly from the perspective of the husband in his voice, so let's go ahead and dig in. I recently find out I will be inheriting some properties and a significant amount of money. I told my wife, but made it clear that this is only between us and she's not to tell anyone, especially her big mouth sister. I don't want anyone to know about the inheritance, investment, almost all the money, hire a property management company, and tend to keep our current lifestyle. I basically don't want anybody to know what's going on. I just want to live my life. Last night at dinner with her parents and siblings, her father congratulated me on my impending windfall, and my brother-in-law pulled me aside to ask about the houses I'll be receiving. He and his wife, my wife's big mouth sister, have been saving for a house but haven't saved enough yet, and their credit scores are low. I was very angry with my wife the entire night, but I kept things in check. On the drive home, I yelled at her. I admit it wasn't my finest hour, but she did the exact thing I told her not to do. She argued that my secrecy demand was not right and that she had the right and duty to tell her family about our financial situation because it is also her financial situation. We argued for hours, so when I finally had enough, I told her she can't be trusted to keep our secrets and that I'm not telling her anything else about the inheritance from this minute on. I said that in the heat of the moment, but the more I think about it, the more it does make sense. She tells her sister everything, and whatever her sister knows, everyone knows. I don't want the entire city to know what's going on with our bank account. We're due to meet with our attorney and later a financial advisor next week, but I think I'll change that appointment to just me. Just to be clear, she's free to discuss anything with her family. I've only had 2 topics she's not allowed to talk about: my health and our finances. Very, very interesting story. And just like a lot of the stories that come up that I read every single week on this channel, a lot of it boils down to communication. If the wife had made the commitment that she wasn't going to tell everyone about the finances, then I think that she should keep that. Now, should the husband have gotten so upset? I don't know the lengths or how far he went in this particular case, but I do think he has a right to be upset. And if the wife, in this case, knew that she couldn't keep it a secret, she probably should have told him ahead of time, and maybe they could have strategized something together. Maybe there was a compromise or something. Long story short, he thought one thing was gonna happen, she thought another thing was gonna happen, and now there's this big blow up. Turns into a bad situation. Now, should there be these kind of secrets anyway? There could be, right? I mean, you don't want your health information out there like he mentioned, and finances can be a very personal thing that people don't want out there. So a lot of interesting aspects to this story. Let me know who you think is in the right or the wrong. I kind of gave my opinion there, but I've been wrong once or twice before. I'm sure more than that. But if you've ever been in a scenario like this where maybe somebody that you're with has talked about something that you thought was personal and talked about it to an entire crowd or to an entire family, let me know. How did you deal with that? Was it an issue? Was it an ongoing issue? Let me know in the comments. And as always on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to end the show with a good food deal. This one's really good. It's from Dairy Queen and it's for a free ice cream cone. How can you beat that? So March 20th at Dairy Queen is free cone day. That's pretty much the entire thing. It's free cone day at Dairy Queen on that day. There's no purchase necessary. All you have to do is go in and request a free cone and you'll be able to get one. Now there'll probably be a little bit of a line, but if you're willing to wait for a few minutes just to get a free ice cream cone, I think you go ahead and do it. Free food, what are you waiting for? Well, this has been a very fun episode. We've talked about some big topics, right? We talked about elevated card offers, the new quarterly categories for the Chase Freedom Flex. We talked about Southwest trying to act like everybody else in the airline industry. And I've got to know what you think about the story about the husband and wife that had a little disagreement on what it means to keep a secret about finances within family. Always interested to hear your all's perspective on that because they're all over the place. Everybody's got different experiences. I want to hear what you have to say. Keep in mind, if you're interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below. When you apply using that referral link, it does greatly help support the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, 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 you are going to get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free ice cream cones, and everything in between. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.